So, I moved here to Puyallup at the beginning of January 2019. It's because during that time the real estate market here is still cheaper than downtown Seattle, down in Seattle. And back then, the first thing that I've noticed is the traffic, especially along Meridian Avenue, that straight going all the way to Eatonville. And every afternoon, every morning, even on weekends, that place or that strip gets really packed. And even this area right here, we're heading towards downtown Puyallup now. But again, metropolitan Seattle is just ridden with traffic or with congestion, and after a while you get used to it. Now the good thing is, if you work in downtown Seattle and you prefer to commute, you can actually take the South Sound or the train that goes from Tacoma to Seattle. Now there's not a lot going on here, but the main reason why out-of-towners would come here is for the Washington State Fair, which is over here on my left. So they would have the fair here, concerts, expos, some other events. So that's pretty much the main attraction here. Now downtown Puyallup is not big. It's gonna give you that small town vibe. So there's a few bars, coffee shops, boutiques that you can shop in, and they would gather some events here too. For example, car shows. They also have the Puyallup market. I think they're having one right now. And the train station is over here on my right. The park is over here. This is where yesterday they did have the market here, which is pretty nice. So you can come here, hang out, stroll around. There's a coffee shop, Anthem Coffee Shop right there. West Pioneer Grill, which I have never been on. And this Holiday Cafe, which I have yet to try as well. It's a nice place to hang out if you don't like, you know, the busy, crowded vibe of the city or of downtown Seattle. So next I'm gonna take you to a hidden gem, one of my favorite places that I love going to, especially on my motorcycle. It's a coffee shop slash restaurant slash bakery. If I don't want to go too far from the house, which most of the time I can't really go too far from the house, I would come here and hang out and just, you know, enjoy coffee. There's the train tracks going all the way to Seattle. It's actually a pretty nice route. I've taken it a few times. It takes you at the heart of Seattle, or the heart of downtown Seattle. So this place usually gets pretty packed, especially on a weekend. They allowed me to, they didn't say anything when I parked here at the front last time, so I'm just gonna park here again and hopefully they let me stay here again. So this place, this coffee shop is called Fika. It is a part of the Farm 12 restaurant, which is on the other side. They have also a venue for weddings right over there, and behind me there's this empty lot which they're building something right now. However, in spring or towards summer, I'm gonna show you, they would have lupines here. There's so these bushes would grow into lupines, and it's really nice. A lot of people would come here to do photo shoots and just to hang out. That's actually a park. So around summer or early summer is when it grows. So one of the attraction here in Puyallup is the Spooner Farm. Located over here. If you come off 167 to 410 and then take the second exit to the right, then you'll get to this point right here. That's the Spooner Farm, and it's popular during fall. You know, they'll have corn maze there, pumpkin patch, and some other things. And I think they do held events as well during summer. So this road will actually take you to Ording. As a matter of fact, we are already in Ording, and this area is mostly farming and you know, cattle. And if you keep going, it will take you all the way to the town of Wilson, Bonnie Lake, and also all the way to Enumclaw and beyond. Which is what, for most motorcycle riders like me, this is actually a sweet spot. I know Puyallup itself gets really congested, but the surrounding area are basically, well, pretty much back roads, right? So once you get outside of it, it gets, you know, the traffic's gone and you can just enjoy your ride. And most of the time there's barely any cars on the road. If you compare that to Seattle, like you're living in Seattle or its adjacent towns, you know, sometimes it takes a while for you to get on a road like this or in an area like this in order to be able to enjoy, you know, your ride. Don't get me wrong, even like Seattle itself, if you ride over there, if you like the city vibe, it's a nice area to ride in with all those you know, hills and steep climbs. It gets pretty fun. But if you just want a chill ride like this area, it's really nice, and it provides me plenty of options, right? If I do want to go to something city-like, or if I want to ride in the city, I would either go to Tacoma towards Ruston Point, which is about 30 minutes away, and then sometimes I would go all the way to Seattle, maybe take 167 all the way, or 509, which is a pretty nice road to ride in because it has a lot of curves, you know, and twisties, and most of my friends actually likes riding through there. But for me, being from here, you know, living around this area, I pretty much have all that options already. There's the Orting City Hall. So that's a nice bar to visit if you want to go karaoke. Firehouse karaoke with a country vibe. So now this road is the Kapausin Road. It would take me all the way to Meridian. This is one of my favorite spots to ride in. It's pretty quiet, not a lot of houses, not a lot of traffic. And a lot of my videos that you would see or watch will be taken here on this route, because there's not a lot of distractions, and it also has a lot of nice winding roads. Well, of course it's raining. So I'm back in my neighborhood, and I hope you enjoyed this little video, learned something about Puyallup. It's a nice area overall, pretty quiet, or relatively quiet, and I hope you guys like this video and subscribe for more content. Thank you.